faculty, staff, administrators, even, dare I say, well, campus dogs. Welcome all you sisters and you cousins whom we reckon up by dozens and you aunts. Welcome all who are part of Reed. Welcome to a musical celebration of the 100th anniversary of Reed College. And in keeping with one of our traditions, the songs you will hear are based upon the operettas of Gilbert and Sullivan. They take us through our studies, our history, and what we do in what spare time we have. Strigatus. Strigatus cementus, better known as the Doyle Owl, is perhaps the best known symbol of Reed College. And given that he has arrived at this party uninvited, how fitting that we should start off with a crash of cymbals. But at Reed, the realization came early, and for the greater part of our century, the primary classroom method has been the conference. Now, leading a conference is a delicate art that not everybody can master. It takes twin dedications to the subject matter and to the principle that discourse leads to understanding. Early professors such as Benjamin Woodbridge in Romance languages, Bernard Noble in political science, Clement Ackerman in economics, were masters of the craft. But each Reed generation has had its favorite conference leaders, and we salute some of them here.
Share
about every Reed student for the past 100 years has been to take a year or two of courses in the humanities. Now, humanities is taught using original materials, translated into English, of course, and it relies upon the conference method, supplemented by a heavy dose of lectures and discussion. Students write many papers, which take the place of examinations, except for midterms and finals, of course. That time spent in humanities conferences provides the core of the liberal education that defines the Reed experience. Though a liberal arts college, Reed is no slouch in the sciences. From our earliest days, led by such stalwarts as Jessie May Short in math, Harry Torrey in biology, A.A. Knowlton, Tony, in physics, Fred Ayres in chemistry, Reed has been on the cutting edge of the sciences, in spite of often having lab facilities that bordered on the pathetic. The percentage of Reed science undergraduates going on to advanced degrees rivals that of Caltech, MIT. So here's a song about a century of scientific progress.
Potions and spells, as head up and proven and that's like a holy organically.
Faculty going back to Charles Botsford in physical education, Barry Cerf in theater, have shown us how to practice what we preach. As Gail Dick, an oral history participant from the 50s, noted, Herb Gladstone believed that music was something you do, not just something you appreciate. So, where could you find us when we weren't in the library or the lab? For keeping our financial head above water. At Reed College, the bucks flow through Elliott 312, and the buck stops there. In the first 100 years, 20 men have served as president or acting president of Reed. Who knows what the future may bring?
But soon he faced the stress of a great war. Richard Schultz made quality our reputation. Norman Coleman was content to mind the store. Dexter Keyser's plans were foiled by the depression. Scott and Odegaard had World War II us solid.
Made us solid.
He took 1 year off for hay, but long stayed here.
Long stayed here.
He was followed by Jim Powell's short involvement.
Short involvement.
And by Hayden's acting tender for a year.
For a year.
When
Presidential duty to be done, but the thought Reed is not a happy one.
Stephen Coplick raised new buildings and more money.
And more money.
Peter Steinberger, he acted while a dean.
Royalty.
Colin Diver leads with wisdom and is funny.
And it's funny.
Someone new will soon appear upon the scene. Yes, when faced with drugs on campus or a fire, when the students or the faculty protest, it's like dancing 10 feet up on a high wire. There are days to make a person very stressed. But when
Handing out diplomas in the sun, the thought that we can be a happy one.
From the outset, Reed was a college for both men and women. As they used to say, coeducational. The first class entering in 1911 had exactly equal numbers of men and women, and the next class had more women than men. Reed, with its academic emphasis and its focus on a liberal education, was never a place for a woman seeking the MRS degree. Although over the years, many Reedies have married each other, sometimes more than once. Witness the author of the piece and our pianist. Slightly less frequently, students seem to have married Reed, returning after graduation to have a career here. We honor with this song 3 Reed women graduates who did just that and became campus mainstays. Anne Weston Haber Shepherd, class of 1923, served from 1926 until 1968, most of that time as a beloved dean of students. Dorothy Olga Johansson, class of 33, was a professor of history from 34 to 84. And Gail Margaret Kelly, class of 55, was a professor of anthropology from 1960 to 2000. Together, they span about 80% of our century. And coincidentally, none of these 3 great women ever married. Thus, if you were to speak of coeducation, you might call them 3 little maids, but at your peril.
Thank you.
communism, free love. Fighting words for sure, and they're on the best-selling t-shirts in the bookstore. Well, our principal founding father was a reverend, and the Reed Institute was made possible by the capital fortune amassed by Simeon and Amanda Reed. So much for atheism and communism. Free love. Well, as a number of our oral history participants told us, I heard a lot about it. It's said that that motto was made up as a cheer for our football team, which would make sense because we've never had a serious football team. Although, evidently in 1954, we were pegged by the New York Times as the losingest team in the nation.
We're number one.
So, here are our cheerleaders. To relieve this stress, a carnival-like tradition has been established for the weekend beginning with the thesis parade, a sort of a Fat Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, in which perhaps paradoxically, having fun becomes hard work.
glow opera, fireworks, picks, softball games, water balloons. All as the flip side of Reed's basic mission. But underneath the wild abandon, Whitebird, Karma Patrol, and others provide care for individuals who might become lupin. Because when push comes to shove, Reedies may be crazy, but they are not stupid.
Oh, and there is a paradox, it juxtaposes work and play, that common sense it daily mocks in a most unusual way. It's past and present into one, its cleverness combined with smarts, but most of all its lots of fun is freedom paradox. A paradox, but when there is a paradox, with friends there we can all detox with paradox.
With the realization that the experiences of 100 years were slipping away, an effort was made to, in the words of the poet, in this case Gary Snyder, to get the stories before they're gone. And thus was born the Reed Oral History Project. Over the past dozen years, the project has collected individual stories, class stories, group stories, involving more than 1,000 people: alumni, faculty, staff, faculty spouses, faculty children. We would have considered a session for campus dogs, but that would have been barking mad. Well, do remember that, after all, one of the first readings, public readings of Allen Ginsberg's How was at Reed College. Anyway, the Oral History Project certainly deserves its own song.
A more ambitious project never did at Reed exist. With many good workers and very few shirkers, our records a good long list. In this, a very inspired endeavor to make, to some extent, of each person's story a part of our glory and general merriment.
Our object so sublime, we have achieved in time to get the interviews up online, the interviews up online, and have each week decade recorded and safely laid in archives and monographs ready made for a century's great parade.
It started off in such slow motion, the stories before they're gone. To gather a fable, my tellers were able to keep their minds upon. Alumni recorded their personal history, those stories cannot be lost. Of studies and papers, of questing newspapers, and of the smallest detail was tossed.
Our object so divine, we have achieved in time to get the interviews up online, the interviews up online, and have each week decade recorded and safely laid in archives and monographs ready made for a century's great parade.
Well, we have come to the end of this operetta, but only the beginning of the rest of Reed's life. After 100 years, the Reed community is a living, vibrant entity that includes alumni, students, faculty, staff, administrators, parents, partners, children, even those campus dogs. Whenever Reedies come together, chances are the common bond is there. And to symbolize this, we would like you, if you haven't already, to join in for the final chorus of this song. I will let you know when to start.